Hello, West Fargo. Welcome to this episode of the Packer Podcast. My name is Anthony Peralta, and here with me is Madi Miller. How are you, Madi?
I'm great. How are you, Anthony?
I'm wonderful, thank you. So we're going to be talking about dress code, but specifically female dress code. Some feel that it is unfair that women in this school have such a strict dress code. How do you feel about it, Madi?
Personally, I feel that the dress code isn't very harsh. Yes, it is distracting, but for both teenage male and females, we need to think of ourselves as being respected and not just being a distraction. You shouldn't make it about how the distraction is the thing being focused on. It should be how much you respect yourself to cover yourself up and how people think of you, how you think of you specifically.
But what about those who take this distraction and...
Women shouldn't be focused on the distraction that is being caused. They should be focusing on how much they respect themselves to cover themselves up.
Alright, so what about those who do claim that it is distracting for women to be wearing such like lower cut shirts and leggings, for example? With that whole situation, what are we going to do about, what do you think about the people who use that as an excuse?
Well, they should not be so focused on what is happening around them. It is simply I would say comfort is the most used excuse around there, is that yoga pants are comfortable and this shirt is comfortable. But if they're interested in showing off that part of their body, then so be it. But those using it as an excuse that it's distracting to them, well, then I'd say they just need to be more mature about things.
Okay, so have you heard of the Devil's Lake issue about leggings?
Indeed, I have.
For those of you who haven't heard of the Devil's Lake issue, the high school banned all of yoga pants and leggings for females to wear because it was too distracting for the male students. How do you feel about that, Maddie?
The situation is very ridiculous in itself, but considering how popular and how often you see leggings at this point around the world, well, around the US anyway, it should not be a distraction to anybody how common it is, how much people have seen it, how socially acceptable it has become. Yes, it isn't exactly the most appropriate, but that's how style works. It goes in and it goes out, and it's appropriate and it's not appropriate. Plus, everything is being covered up. That is just a tight piece of clothing. It has been like that in past years, and now it is coming back. Simply that.
All right, so do you think that they should unban leggings and yoga pants from the high school?
Absolutely. And not just because I'm a woman feeling that leggings should be worn because they're comfortable. I'm saying this just because I feel maturity should be learned at some point, and this is a perfect way to do it.
All right. Well, that seems to be all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Maddie, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for listening to this Packer Podcast. This has been Anthony Peralta. Adios.